So this tutorial is going to go through how to utilize ChatGPT to review your UWorld questions. This is going to be a template that is in your UWorld study schedule, or your Notion study schedule, excuse me. And there is a tab right here that is UWorld Notes. Now, with this UWorld Notes database, you want to think of it as an Excel file that has the ability to embed a template within a cell. In other words, it is going to be a cell that has the opportunity for you to open up a Word document in that specific cell.
Okay.
So what you're going to be doing is mobilizing a few resources. The first resource that you're going to be mobilizing is this prompt resource, which I will add you to. Now, this prompt is a very unique prompt that I have written that is trained on the NBME question writing guide, which is a publicly available guide that basically shows faculty how to write high fidelity exam questions. What you want to do is you want to take this prompt and go to ChatGPT. Now, you can use a free version of ChatGPT, but if you have Amboss, you get access to the Amboss GPT, which is a custom GPT that is trained on the Amboss article library. So with the Amboss GPT, you want to be taking this prompt, which is going to be the step 1 UWorld Notes prompt. You're going to hit copy. You're going to hit paste. As you hit enter, ChatGPT will say, I understood the assignment. And what you want to do is any UWorld question you get incorrect, you want to put in the topic and the educational objective. So I'm going to just do a sample one. Here is rheumatoid arthritis as a topic, and here's the educational objective. So let me go ahead and give you this right here. Rheumatoid arthritis. And then the educational objective, is at the bottom of the UWorld explanation. If you hit enter, here are a few things that this prompt gives you. This prompt aligns you to the topic and the educational objective, and it creates specifically what we call an illness script. Now, an illness script is a mental representation of a disease. Whenever you're going to be thinking of how to do well on USMLE exams, it's a lot about recognizing the way test makers put a certain diagnosis or concept. For example, when you see chronic joint stiffness in a middle-aged woman with a history of morning stiffness that is prolonged, with no trauma, who has MCP and PIP swelling, and signs of further joint damage, you should say the words, that sounds like rheumatoid arthritis.
Okay.
Now, that sounds like, whenever your mind, as you're reading a question or doing a flashcard, your mind says, that sounds like this diagnosis, you have effectively activated the illness script. Now, why I say that this is really important is because sometimes we miss questions because we fail to even recognize what is the illness script or diagnosis that they're testing me on. Once you are going to activate the illness script, again, your mind says, oh, that sounds like rheumatoid arthritis. What you want to be thinking of is, okay, rheumatoid arthritis is a pathology that has a mechanism or a pathophysiology. And on top of that, you notice that the NBME will ask me various PIMP questions, or what we call lead-ins, to assess your knowledge of rheumatoid arthritis. So they may say, which of the following best describes the structure primarily responsible for joint destruction in this patient? They may ask you, this patient's disease is most likely mediated by which of the following immune cells? So the goal here is for you to think of the illness script as the major way to recognize it, the first step. And then there are various PIMP questions that they can ask underneath rheumatoid arthritis. So how do we put this all together? Typically, what I like to do is I like to open up this template, and I will go ahead and go to this area, which is create an organized illness script. I'll go ahead and paste the illness script, and I'll definitely just read it, because obviously pasting it without any thought is going to not help your learning. And you want to kind of compare this classic illness script to what you got in the UWorld question. For example, in the UWorld question, maybe they didn't necessarily put the MCP and PIP, but that may be part of the classic illness script of rheumatoid arthritis. So you should just be thinking of what are the salient features that the UWorld question or NBME question put compared to this classic GPT generated. And I think that that compare and contrast really elevates the learning.
Okay.
Then what you want to do, and this is what I call a confined learning experience, is you want to copy paste 1 through 5. And you want to go back to your Notion template, and you can just delete this right here. And you can just paste 1 through 5. Now, when you paste 1 through 5, you will keep it all highlighted, and you will hit these 6 dots, and you'll hit turn into toggle list. Now, let me just also give you some troubleshooting. Let's say you accidentally did not highlight them. You can just start from the bottom corner and select all of the blocks again.
Okay.
Then you'll hit the 6 dots. You'll hit turn into toggle list. And then what you'll do is you will actually close the toggles.
Oh, okay.
This is really cool because compared to Anki, you unlock a card and it goes into a sea of random cards with this weird algorithm that you can't control. But this is what I call a confined learning experience. What I mean by that is everything related to rheumatoid arthritis, particularly the illness script and the various lead-ins or stems that are tested on the NBME, are right in one area. So for example, they may test you what cytokine plays a key role in the pathogenesis of this patient's condition. And what is this patient's condition in this example?
Rheumatoid arthritis.
And so that is TNF alpha, which really is a big mediator for joint damage. And that's why we use sometimes immunomodulatory agents such as infliximab, etanercept, et cetera.
Yes.
And what you want to do is you want to create this for majority of your incorrects. You don't need to do it for all of them, but you will see in my course, there is something known as the Fab 5. And the Fab 5 are your 5 key incorrects, especially for the mixed time test mode questions you'll be doing. You can also do them for maybe one of the questions that you're missing underneath my videos.
Okay.
Now, how do you review it? This is where you can add right here a property, and that property is going to be status. Now, status is a unique property because then what you can do is you can hit not started, green for reviewed. In this complete area, you can actually put needs focused. And why I say that it needs focused is you can essentially have a paradigm where basically you have made cards for the day and it says created time, May 6th. When you wake up on May 7th, your goal is to review all of the cards on May 6th. Now, don't get cute. Maybe on May 9th, you're like, I want to review 8, 7, 6. No, just review the day prior. And out of all of these, there may be one that you're like, man, this question is really hard. If you had a difficulty, let's say that this topic was congestive heart failure, you can go into USMLE RX or AMBOSS, and you can then go into the article for congestive heart failure. And when you go into the article for congestive heart failure, you can actually do the questions associated with congestive heart failure.
Okay.
Maybe you tag this as needs focus because when you're tutoring with me, you may need a little bit more explanation.
Mm-hmm.
But here you can start rating your confidence a little bit more, and you can be organized in terms of, hey, I'm done reviewing each of these, and now I'm ready to start my day. And so typically what I recommend is a student wake up early in the morning, 5:30, 6, they're already at their desk. And before their blocks start at 7:30 a.m., you are reviewing the prior day's notes. Because here's the final concept. Don't take notes that you ain't going to review. Reviewing notes that are going to be in your own words that you've reflected on actually is a high value skill that can then exponentially increase your long-term retention.